The UH-60 helicopter has the primary mission of tactical transport. Commonly called the Blackhawk, this utility helicopter carries troops and cargo inside, as well as up to 8,000 pounds of additional equipment and supplies suspended on its cargo hook. It is also used as an air ambulance and as a special electronic mission aircraft for special missions. Although there are 3 models of the Blackhawk used by the United States Army, for the emergency responder, the controls and switches are the same on all models. The UH-60 is equipped with 2 turbine engines. They are mounted, one on each side, just above the cabin doors. An onboard APU is located on top of the cabin between the main engines. Due to the advanced technology of the Blackhawk, there will always be 2 pilots in the cockpit. Normal access to the pilot's compartment is through the cockpit doors. Turn the handle downward to open. Seat belts in the cockpit are a 5-point single-release system. The common attachment buckle has a single-point release. To release the belts and harness, pull the small lanyard. The inertial reel release lever is mounted on the left side of each seat. Normal access to the cabin is through the cabin doors on each side. The cabin can accommodate up to 13 troop seats in the high occupancy configuration. With the crew, that's a maximum of 17 personnel. The troop seat belts are a single release type with 2 lap and 2 shoulder belts. To release, rotate the knob in either direction. The crew chief and gunner seats are located directly behind the pilot seats. Their seat belts are a 4-point single release system. The inertial reel allows crew member movement by extending and retracting. Releasing all belts and harness is done by depressing the release plate and rotating the knob in either direction. In the medical configuration, the UH-60 can transport up to 6 litter patients, or 6 to 9 ambulatory patients, or a combination depending on the model. The UH-60's 2 standard fuel tanks have a fuel capacity of 362 gallons. A range extension kit fits into the cabin area, adding an additional 780 gallons. If external mounted fuel tanks are installed, each tank can contain 230 or 450 gallons, depending on tank size. Up to 4 tanks can be installed. Now, the emergency procedures for the UH-60. The cockpit doors have emergency release handles on the inside that release the doors. If the window will not slide open, it may be necessary to break the window or the windshield to get to the jettison handle. Pull the handle to the rear to jettison the door. The jettison of these doors is not power assisted. If the door does not fall away when the handle is pulled, pull the door away from the aircraft. An emergency shutdown is done in 3 steps. First, shut down the main engines. Locate the engine control quadrant on the forward overhead console. Pull the lever to the rear. A word of caution. This action might activate the fire bottles. To pull the 2 center levers, you must pull down slightly and push in on the latch release. If you're not sure the APU is off, pull down on the T-handle located just behind the engine condition levers. Next, shut off the battery. If you have trouble singling out the battery switch, just pull all the switches to the rear. The last step is to disconnect the battery. It's located behind the left-hand pilot's seat. The battery is under a plastic cover. If the cover is secured, release the 2 screw-type fasteners, then pull off the cover. Disconnect the battery by rotating the quick disconnect counterclockwise. Retract the left side collective by twisting clockwise and sliding to the rear out of the way. The controls generally cannot be moved after hydraulic pressure is lost. To extricate the pilot, first disconnect his helmet cord by pulling the sections of the connector apart. Do not remove the pilot's helmet unless absolutely necessary. Next, remove his seat belt by pulling the lever. Remove the belts and set them aside so they won't get in your way. Ensure that the pilot's feet are free from the tail rotor pedal's rough edges or metal that may have been torn during the crash. Once the pilot's feet are clear, he can be removed and taken to the staging area for medical attention. If backboards and extrication devices are used, more working room can be gained by tilting back the pilot seats and exiting through the cabin. Before the seat can be tilted back, however, it must first be in the full down position. To lower the seat, push down or step down on the yellow lever on the left side of the seat. Be sure all rescuers' hands and feet are clear before lowering the seat. To tilt the seat, move the two levers on the back of the seat outward. Another type of seat in use is equipped with a hand lever in the center of the seat. Use it to lower the seat to the bottom position. Tilting this seat requires the two levers to be moved inward. The cabin door windows can be jettisoned. To do so, pull the jettison lever on the left side windows to the rear. The right side is pulled to the front. In both cases, the lever is marked with an arrow for the proper direction. This concludes the UH-60 Blackhawk orientation. Points in review are: cockpit doors can be jettisoned and are not power assisted. The flight controls normally cannot be moved without hydraulic pressure. Total capacity of standard fuel tanks is 362 gallons. Personnel on board range from 2 to 17. Knowing how to handle all kinds of emergency situations for every type of aircraft takes many years of practice and training. While this continuous process takes place, crash rescue teams can review each of the scenarios presented in this series. Again, this video can in no way replace intense, hands-on training, but it is a good orientation.